Yes, thank you. I'm not the current president of Sindh High Court Bar. I'm a member of the Pakistan Bar Council currently. I was a former president, and thank you very much. May I start? Yeah, thank you. I was going through this DABs and DAABs, as they are called, dispute avoidance boards and dispute avoidance and adjudication boards. And I was thinking there are already so many tiers in place. There's mediation, there's arbitration, there's MEDARB. And so what was the need of, I believe when I was reading it up, it happened sometimes in the 1950s or 1960s in the United States, where there was a dam which was being constructed. And I believe the conceivers of this, they came to the conclusion that even arbitration is subsequent to it. So let us keep something before that so that disputes could be avoided instead of going into mediation or arbitration. So they conceived this. I don't remember the name of the dam, but it was a project of a dam. And from there, the dispute, it was a success. And therefore, it continued. There was a dispute avoidance board. Now there is also a dispute avoidance and adjudication board. And it is very interesting. I think the theme of this topic should be that time is of essence, time is money, time is of essence. The need for this is because in big construction projects, dams or multi-million dollar projects, construction projects, if you delay it by even a few days, the cost escalation is very high, number one. Secondly, if you delay it for a month or 2 months, it gets delayed, then it is very difficult for it to restart. And thirdly, the legal cost in some cases is almost 8 to 10% of the overall project cost. So to avoid all that, the Dispute Avoidance Board and Dispute Avoidance and Adjudication Board were introduced. Now the board could be consisting of, in small projects, one person, and in bigger projects, three persons, three qualified persons. And one thing I would say on the side, that whenever the mediation, the topic of mediation, arbitration, or dispute resolution comes up, I am a professional litigator, by the way. So most of the lawyers have this query: you are taking away our work, and this is going to take away litigation. So my message for them is litigation is never going to end in this world. So the courts will function, the lawyers will function, the judges will function, don't worry about that. But this is important for two reasons. One, the courts, especially in Pakistan, are like, their docket is completely full. In fact, more than full. So the proper matters which need adjudication and litigation in the courts of law, they are not getting due attention. If these matters are resolved earlier and they do not come to the courts will be free to work on constitutional matters or on matters for the purposes for which the courts are there. So these matters will go away. Secondly, the lawyers are not going to lose their income. The lawyers, because in the dispute resolution board or dispute adjudication boards, there is room for lawyers. For example, in construction industry, somebody who's an expert, some lawyer who's an expert in the construction field, can from day one, and by the way, there are two types of dispute boards. One is from day one, is associated with the project. So he is very in with the project. He is, from day one, he is with the contracts, with the agreements, with the negotiations. He is taken on board. So anytime a dispute, a perceived dispute arises, the board can, the member can immediately highlight and avoid that dispute. And that avoidance of disputes can save thousands and thousands and probably sometimes millions of dollars for the project. Second option is, as and when any dispute arises, immediately it goes to the board and they can tackle it then and there. The success rate is very high in the entire world. I believe 12 countries in the world are functioning with these boards, and I sincerely hope that Pakistan could be the 13th. and it will be very good for Pakistan, the economy. The cost is saved. The projects, we are all aware, the honorable judges are here. There are a number of projects in Pakistan, in Karachi, which are like, they are just huge buildings which are completed 50%, 60%, 70%, and the structures are just standing there. Just because of a dispute, and sometimes when you go through the depth of the dispute, it is a very minor matter which could easily have been avoided. So imagine 10 years back, a project which was conceived for a certain amount of money, and 10 years down the line, it is stalled after 50%. What is the cost going to be of restarting that project? With the cost of material, the cost of labor, the downstream contractors, the subcontractors are going to suffer, everybody's going to suffer. The persons who have, the consumer who has booked into the project, they are going to suffer. So it multiplies, it has a multiplier effect. So when I went through this dispute avoidance and adjudication board history, and I saw its benefits, I think I'm hooked onto it. I'm going to do more about it, whatever I can, and I would encourage, especially Mr. Najib Haroon is here. He's the chairman of Pakistan Engineering Council. I think regarding construction, the projects of construction, maybe they can do something. And plus, not only construction, I was thinking the other day that in long term or big financial amounts which are at stake, financial institutions, our lenders and the borrowers, they can also enter into this and avoid future litigation, and if the disputes are avoided at the right time in big financial transactions. And I believe I was reading somewhere that even the World Bank has mandated in certain projects that dispute avoidance board or avoidance and adjudication board is a mandatory requirement in some of the mega projects. So I believe that is the future, and the sooner we hook up to this train, I think it is better. So that is my take on it. Thank you. The resistance you see is what I see, because in my legal profession, I meet with a number of lawyers. So the lawyers are basically the legal resource in this country. That, in the majority of the cases, is shy of dispute resolution methods and mediation and arbitration methods. And the primary focus of the primary reason for that in their mind is that it will take away our work, and we will be left without work. So I think Legal Aid Society is also working a lot with the lawyers, and they are encouraging lawyers to become mediators and arbitrators. And even in dispute avoidance and adjudication boards, there is a space for lawyers. Yes, there will be specialist lawyers. For example, in construction, there will be a lawyer who is expert in the construction field. In the financial matters, there will be a lawyer who is experienced in the financial matters. Mr. Ijaz Ahmad, like, he made a presentation on oil and gas. So in that field, there will be lawyers required. So what I would suggest of using this platform, a message to the lawyers would be, start getting expertise in different fields, because the future is of a specialization, and like mediation, arbitration, and dispute avoidance boards like this. And their source of income will be changed slightly from litigation to this. Litigation will always be there. That is, this does not mean dispute avoidance or dispute adjudication boards that there's going to be no litigation. But this is just a step before that, because time is of essence. Especially in huge contracts like construction contracts, you waste a few days, you waste thousands of dollars, your project feasibility sometimes goes out. So I think that is the message which needs to go to the legal profession, the advocates.